morning, everyone. This is Kathy Mason from MasonWorks Marketing here on Conscious Business Zone with my dear friends Viivika, Sophia, and David Maria. Hi, guys.
Hello, Kathy.
So I am so excited to learn about abundance without limitations. I mean, the idea of us being to remember the innocence and the beauty that we really are and release this overlay of distortion. It sounds fascinating. It sounds like what an opportunity. Who wouldn't want that? So do you want to share a little bit about how you developed this new class called Abundance Without Limitations?
As is not unusual for us, sometimes these transmissions begin through dreams. And in this particular case, one night, this last summer before Viivika and I went to the Redwood Forest, I had a dream, and in this dream, I hacked into the global financial system, globally, every bank, every reserve, et cetera, and I took all the money. And I mean, I took all the money. And then at this very same time, I divided that amount of money up between everybody that was here living on Earth, including the children, and sent that portion of the money, of the wealth, to everybody. And that started a discussion, which then turned into major transmissions coming through in meditations that both of us were participating in. When we meditate together, things are magical and they happen in unexpected ways. And this class came through it. Or I should say this course came through it, because it's not a class, it's a 5-week course that contains 6 classes. If you read the material, you'll understand. One of those classes is just a question and answer period. And the more it came through, the more excited both of us got, not only for ourselves, but for everyone. Because it's time. It's time for everyone to remember who they are and reconnect directly with Source, and remember that they're not just abundance, they are abundance. It's who we are.
At the same time, when David had his dream, I had a vision before I went to sleep. I was in this, before when we falling asleep, in this deep state of consciousness, and I felt how my physical body, it became one with all creation. It was just one wave. It was formless. My physical body was formless, and it merged with all creation. And I became this wave of love light. And in this moment, when I felt that, I got a message that this is new wave of new wave of creation, and I felt how I flew through all of creation as this new wave of creation, as this love light. And then we discussed about this with David, and we put both this vision together. And this is very, very essence of this course. And this is the core of this course.
And although my dream was more about money, that's not what we're talking about. Money is included in there, of course. Mm-hmm. But abundance is everything.
Right.
It's everything that gets your juices flowing.
Well, what I love about this is the embodying the new wave of creation part of it as well, because we're in a time, this transition time, so much of this construct that we're in is going to change. And we don't really have the experience to know what that looks like. So if we trusted the abundance, trusted love, trusted our origin, trusted our connection, then it would be enjoying and embodying the new wave rather than being fearful of it.
Yes, and then this connection is love. Love is connection between all of creation, and in the unity consciousness, all what we create or how we create, becoming this expression of unconditional love, or divine love, love light of source.
Absolutely. And the dream that I had, even though it had the format of money, and the vision that Viivika had of this wave, and not only perceiving the wave, not only riding the wave, but becoming the wave because it's who we are. Those are the same thing. Those are two expressions of the same transmission. And you're absolutely right. We're not just going to change. We are, everything is in the process of changing. What it's going to look like, I don't have a clue. It may be that we move to a version of Earth that supports us energetically because we have the frequency to be able to match it. But in the world that we know that all of us want to create, there is unlimited abundance and unlimited sharing. The way that money should work is that it's like water, and wherever it's needed, it flows there. It's like an ultimate form of generosity, if you will. In the same way, if there is, think of the outpouring of generosity that happens when there is some kind of major catastrophe that happens in the world, whatever it might be. The recent hurricane on the East Coast, organizations will be flooded with donations to be able to help and support, because people overall, we are all generous souls, and we want to share. We love to share. We love to share and receive at the same moment, because they are the same energy, just different aspects of it. So that's part of it, is remembering that we are this wave of creation. It's not something that flows through us, it's who we are. We're not just riding it, it's us. And as the Abrahams say, or I'm going to paraphrase them, you are the force that creates worlds, only in this case, you are the same force that creates universes. It's who you are. It's who all of us are. And remember, there's only one of us here. We may have a whole lot of different bodies that we can wave at each other, but there's only one of us here.
And in unity consciousness, there is not such a thing as lack.
No.
Because we're functioning as one united consciousness. And I really love to express it in this way, that we becoming the answer to other prayers, and other becoming answer to our prayers. So in unity consciousness, we're so deeply connected as one. So when we're thinking about something, when we had this our heart desire, we are connected through our heart, and we just feeling that, and other also simultaneously receiving this call. And when we even don't think about that we're sending this call, we're just feeling that, and somebody definitely will answer to this call. And this is what I calling that we always answer, will answer to other prayers. And we right now experiencing this all the time. And then this is what we called before manifestation. It's instant. It's just instant answer to the prayers. So and when we're talking about manifestation, then this course is not about this quick manifestation techniques, not at all, because because in this course we're learning how to become this manifestation, not how to manifest. So that's this force of love, like can freely express through our hearts, and we become conduits to divine will, and we will I don't know how it's in English again. I lost my words. And we will experience this synchronicities in our life, and this is how we're sending this our heart wishes, and somebody answers to that, and it's this constant wave that flowing through all of creation, through all of our hearts. I'm sending this wave, receiving this wave, or somebody else, and there is answer always to that. It's really beautiful.
Okay, I have a question because when we're praying, by habit, we're praying to something greater than us rather than being self-actualized as the creator. So, and people are praying a lot now. There's a lot of fear in the global consciousness with all the changes that are going on. Can you address how this is different? Because what you're offering is a glimpse and an anchoring of the totality of you as a creator of reality and of love, and embodying that, correct?
Yes, and when you ask about prayers, one day I walked on the forest, and I just heard in my head walking prayer, and simultaneously I just felt that there is no one else than only one. So we are this walking, breathing prayer, and in some point just this illusion falling away that we are sending prayers to somebody else, or we just becoming that. And these prayers are not, and we're not anymore sending these prayers. It's just our thoughts, and they becoming this united mind, this cosmic mind, and we are this mind, and they are united with our hearts. So our thoughts is these prayers, what we can call also prayers. But there is not this separation that I feel I need something. There is not this neediness anymore. I just have this thought, like it's maybe great if, and releasing that. And one moment you realize, wow, it's just came into your field already. It is already your reality. Somebody answered to this prayer already. Does it make any sense?
It's not prayer in the traditional sense that you may have been speaking of, Kathy. It's an expression of unity.
This is really different, and you feel, you recognize this when this shift happening within you. So,
well, I because I've taken lots of classes and I've had wonderful experiences throughout this couple years, 3 years maybe. I think I understand what I'm trying to help the audience who may have an inkling that we're going through this huge time of change and they're trying to find an anchor to throw outside the boat and have anchored so that they can surf this time easier. And what I was trying to explain is it's not out there, it's in here. And but you can still navigate and do great things here while you're connected, correct?
So for those of you in the audience that are looking for a place to anchor, there's a wonderful, wonderful Buddhist expression. The bad news is that we're falling. The good news is that there's no bottom. Whatever you're attempting to hold on to anchor to, it's not going to be there. This is the time to just let go and just be. There's no more doing, although doing may be involved. And if I can use a scientific analogy, if you think of electricity flowing through a wire, most people think that they know that the electricity is flowing through that wire. And there are electrons that are moving through that wire. But the electricity is not contained inside of it. The electricity is created in the field around the wire that is an electromagnetic field. And we are exactly the same way. Connecting with that wave, becoming that wave, the field of that wave carries everything. It carries everything that's coming to us. All the abundance is there, carries all of the knowingness that we will have or ever will have. Whatever it is, we are the field that is generated, that is carrying the information. Everything is in the field. And if you stop and think of the vast number of Nobel Prize winners in medicine or chemistry or physics or astronomy, whatever it is, two people making identical discoveries on opposite sides of the globe, because the information is in the field that surrounds us. And the field is who we are. And anybody that can tap into it can tap into it. The most famous example is the patent for the diesel engine. There was a man in Australia that filed a patent and another man in Pennsylvania. And this was before the kinds of technological things that would allow for instantaneous communications. They did their work and their research and their inventions completely separate and not knowing the other person existed. And they came up with the exact same thing. One person filed their patent like 5 minutes before the other, and so they're the one that received it. But there are so many examples of how everything is in the field that surrounds us. And that field is not just information, it's everything that we will ever need. And it is the format that our desires, the desires from our heart, which from my perspective are always pure, that they come into being, that they come through us, as us, and then we create them, or in some cases co-create them.
Beautiful.
Because
Beautiful. Yeah.
we are moving into really big co-creation time frame now.
I
Yeah.
just want to let you know, Sanine's here, and she says space holds info and not matter. Matter is frozen light, and therefore at subatomic level, all matter is vibration in space. And she said, becoming that way. Beautiful, David. And then Joanne Palladino said, I feel your hearts and words. What comes to mind is the allowance to soften with all that there is, love, love, and more love. So
Yes,
she got
exactly.
it. Well, she's
coming from here to here.
well, both of those ladies are magnificent examples of people that practice this work.
That's
That
true.
that know that saw, got the memo, and practice. Thank you, ladies.
Thank you.
That what I'm trying to help with is that there's a lot of people out there that are in as these as the changes are. We've always been in change. There's always been human development, but we are at this point. I believe we are doing a. We have the opportunity to leap into a new human, a different, what Barbara Marx Hubbard called it, Homo universalis. Other people have called it Homo luminous, where we hold more light and love, and it is a choice, right?
We are no longer going to be Homo sapiens. Our DNA is moving out of that realm completely. Elizabeth Wood has referred to it as Homo luminous, as the next incarnation of who we are becoming. Our DNA is no longer carbon based. Our DNA is not necessarily just silicon based. Sometimes it's diamond based. We're moving into areas that we have no idea what it is, and yet we're going joyfully, knowing that everything is okay. Everything is in trust. It's not in faith. We trust completely who we are, and that it's going to be beautiful.
Yeah, and then when David mentions these areas, we are here to discover these areas. So we are this new creation, and we all we all are this new creation, part of that, united as one. And we're referring to these changes as we embodying this diamond light body, but it's not a call. There is more and more and more, and we all opening up to this new. So it's really amazing, really beautiful. And we in this course we discovering more and more. We also is David discovering more and more our true potential, and everybody of us felt sometimes this on-off relationship with source, and right now we stepped out totally from that we're becoming that, we are that, this connection is permanent. And in this course we dissolving this feeling of separation, and we discovering this what's still holding you back, and we dissolving this biggest collective programs, beliefs, for example victimizer, and you will step even more into your full power. And this power is love, always.
And one aspect of the course is consciously disconnecting from the old, and especially from the old financial matrix, which was built not with everybody's best interest in mind, shall we say, just to be nice. There's no blame, there's no criticism, there's no conspiracy. It's just disconnecting from it completely and allowing your own natural abundance to flow through, to come through, and just allowing yourself to shine.
And we also tap into this certain specific frequencies also, because there have been when we're thinking about abundance, it's one flow, but there is lots of different frequencies in this flow. And for example, when we're talking about money have been, in many cases, and when we're talking about us also, we had also this, it's coming through our experience again. Money have been separation in many cases from this flow of abundance. So we felt, we maybe felt this amazing states of consciousness, divine love and grace, but it doesn't reflect it through financial abundance, for example. And we will tap into that and release this separation also, and all these distortions that related to this energy. To that it is really becoming this one wave of abundance, and this is us. There is all we embodying all this our separated parts.
So I want to ask a question about the group dynamics, because I've felt that I've benefited a lot by being in these classes before in group, where there's other people also going through the same thing I'm going through. It seems to hold the space better than I'm asking a question about that. If you feel that by having, they said in the Bible, 2 or more, well, you guys are 2 already, or 1 or 2 or 2. Anyway, so when you're in group, could you talk about the dynamics and the benefit of that as far as this new class is coming up?
In group, it becoming one united experience. So whatever we share there, it becoming this united experience, but everybody will experience that and share that in their unique way. So this is always much more amplified, because everybody who is in group will be also part of the shared united consciousness. And of course, the more you shine, the more we all will shine. So
exactly. So we all know, or at least I assume that we all know, that anything that anybody watching or listening to this, anytime one of us clears something inside of ourselves, it now becomes part of the field that all of us can access. And therefore, the next person coming behind that is going through something similar, at least similar energetically and with frequency, doesn't have to do the heavy lifting that you might have done. It's already been done. It's in the field, and it can be gotten instantly and walked through. And it's the same thing in working with the group. Like Viivika said, anything that one person clears, it now becomes available to the entire group, and it's amplified quantumly, so that it's not only more powerful, it goes deeper. So this is really a master class on abundance and clearing everything, in any debris that we're carrying inside of us cellularly, whether we're aware of it or not. Usually we're not aware of it, or we would already have cleared it. So we're going to dive deep cellularly into cleaning everything, in order to just sit and be that phenomenal wave that is coming as us, that is flowing through all of us as us.
So I have a question again about this time period and this offering. And I think it's going to release so many obstacles that people may have in their thoughts and in their emotions, in their frequencies, that may make it more difficult for them during this time of change, where trauma loops, all shadow, gets to come up and go, "Hi, I'm still here." Thank you very much. You can go now. But anyway, can you talk a little bit about that too? Because I think that the gift that I've gotten from working with you is the gift of reality crafting, of really choosing without these other storylines how I want to go forward, so I can walk in the world with so much more peace and so much more happiness and joy, and co-create at a really high level where you're not afraid to show up. And I think that this period is, we were sequestered for the lockdown. Then there's just been, it's just never stopped with the media. And if people are in constant stress mode, all of those triggers are being amplified. So can you talk about how this work releases those? Viivika mentioned it beautifully a few minutes ago, but the release of these thought forms that are imprisoning people, um, and the benefit of that.
In this course, you're learning to focus, because where you put your focus, where you focus of it, it become always part of your reality. So, and what I mentioned before, this distortions, this is exactly this fear and maybe anxiety and all this, our shadows, what we will work through this course. And what is the most important, that you will trust yourself as source, because our security is not this outer world. Our security source. The more you will align to this, your inner power, the more you will be aligned with source, with this new wave of expression of source, the more you will feel this security, and the more you just see how the shadows starting to fade away and become something else. Because all shadows have always this other side, because we lived in this duality, this expression of duality, this denser world. But now we can neutralize that, and this what we called our shadow. In other side, there is always some kind of gift, that will amplify our power. So this is what we also do in this course, that these shadows will be dissolved into your true power or transform.
Kathy, you've heard me say on multiple occasions that when you wake up in the morning and you open your eyes, what you see or what you experience is a projection of your consciousness. That's your creation. And that is a reflection of the frequency of your vibration, maybe combined with belief systems that you have. Maybe you believe that the outside world is. And for me, reality isn't. What we think of as reality isn't real. And as you do this work, you discover, and please don't misunderstand me, both of us are constantly, through our meditations, discovering places that there is frozen energy inside of us, whether you want to call that a shadow or not. I'm sure you've heard the expression that the place that you are terrified to go is the place that holds all of your gifts. In other words, the deeper we go into releasing whatever is unconscious shadow inside of us, and that just means a trapped or frozen energy that's running below the surface that we're not aware of. So as we release these, as they come to the surface, and we are in a time when that has to happen, we cannot make the move vibrationally into the bigger aspect of the dream. Some call it New Earth, some say the fifth dimension. It doesn't matter what you call it. You cannot make that move and carry any of your old stuff with you. As was expressed in biblically, you cannot put new wine into old caskets. Nothing of our old is going to be going with us. We have to shed it all. And sometimes that means digging down and finding it. That's part of what this class is we'll consciously look, if you will, or feel for those places, looking excitedly for them to surface, even though they might be uncomfortable in the moment. On the other side, it is phenomenally beautiful once they've released.
I want to echo that so people really understand that, so they won't be afraid. Because if people have been reluctant to do shadow work or look at what's holding them back from showing up as their divinity, if there is any sadness or pain, it's momentary. It's so short of a time period compared to the time period that you've stuffed it. Mm-hmm. And like, oh, no one will see it if I just put a layer on it.
Which would you rather experience? A few moments of discomfort that is not real. It's only discomfort within the context of your brain and how you think you're experiencing it, or a lifetime of ongoing suffering because it's still continuing to run you below the surface. Would you rather release it and have total freedom?
Right.
Complete freedom. That's a no-brainer choice as far as I'm concerned. And like you said, most people don't understand that this is only momentary. In just a very short moment from now, that energy that's stuck and frozen is going to dissolve and release, and it's gone. It's not going to come. It's not going to come back. And now you can maybe take a deep breath for the very first time in a very long time and go outside and smell how sweet the air is.
Well, the other thing that I found, I want to just keep going with this because I want to make this sound more attractive because I know that now by doing this work that I can actually feel in my body, is that excitement or is that fear? Is that I can actually identify where I might have a thought form that doesn't serve me anymore, and release it, and find it, and then release it. Do you want to add to that, Viivika?
I just wanted to share more about shadows,
Oh, good.
because
Oh, good. Okay.
because shadows, they're just hiding our true power. And when you told about this pain and these emotions, and they are always emotions had always mass. They're really dense and heavy. And when we release these emotions, when we release, we're starting to feel this freedom, expansion. And how David also said that this true freedom is coming through releasing this density, releasing this emotional attachments, this pain, and traumas. And in this course, we also do that. It's also part of reclaiming our true power. So and you really feel this difference, because the emotions is really, we cannot take our emotions to this higher levels of consciousness, because they're really, really heavy. They have a mass and density. So yeah, this is part of this course also, this releasing of our traumas, all that somehow creating this illusion of separation from our true power.
So doing shadow work is just another necessary part of the work that we do to free ourselves. So as an example, in the Orient, people catch monkeys by taking a hard gourd, like a squash gourd, and cutting a hole in it, scooping all the flesh out of it so it's hollow. And they make the hole just big enough that a monkey can put its hand in if it closes. And then they put food inside it and tie it down to where it can't move. Monkeys will come along, put their hand in, get the food, but as long as they hold the food in their hand, they can't take their hand out of the gourd. And because the gourd is tied down, they can't leave. And people will come up and catch them. And all the monkey has to do is let go of the food and run away, and it's free. We seem to want to hold on to those old foods. We don't want to give up what we think we have. We want to hold on to it tight, and not knowing that in the letting go, oh my God, there is such freedom in that, to just completely let go and allow yourself to be who you've always been. It's so beautiful. So we'll do a lot of letting go of old stuff.
And we're using also for this release, for example, this freedom codes and primordial sounds that will help to restore your divine perfection.
Yeah. Well, what I
Help
want
release the shadows.
Sorry, I'm so sorry. I want people to understand that this is such a gift as far as the experience of it. This is not like taking a class and you take notes. This is actually an experience that you gift yourself to really get a new perspective of who you are as a divine essence, and then experiencing it, peeling off the layers of what might be keeping you from experiencing that more and more and more in your life. And it will give you a different way of looking at everything. I mean, it's life-changing, but it's not study. That's, I just want people to understand it's an experience that not only do you get to have the experience in group, then you get the recording, and the recordings do pack a punch later on. They really, if you go to the same place you were when you were in it, you can re-experience it and go deeper, right?
Yes, and then it's not like, as you Katya said, that it's not about learning. It is remembering ourself as abundance, and it's remembering our unique expression, and it's not learning how we do that with David, but it's sharing, and it's remembering. We help, just we holding this space, and yes, we're sharing also information and our experience in different frequencies, but you will found your unique way, your uniqueness, and your true heart, and your truth. So this is what we're sharing.
And it's not about aligning with anything. It's like Viivika said, it's about remembering. How can you align to who you already are? It's just remembering who you are. And you discover that you already are everything that you might have ever been seeking. It's who you are. So there's no discovery here. It's just remembering.
Well, the other thing I want people to understand is this will still help you be highly functional in this creation as it's changing. It isn't like you have to sit in a cave on a pillow and meditate all day, and people bring you food and water. This isn't that. This is you walking within the world as a prime creator, and enjoying that role, rather than you being in the victim. As Viivika had mentioned, there's so much victimization energy in the global consciousness that hopefully we're dissolving a lot of it by doing this work. But this is the time we all signed up to come here, to be here right now, to be here during all of this. And it's a great opportunity to show up in a totally different way than your parents could, than your grandparents could, than only the ascended masters may have had the experiences that you are going to be capable of having, right?
Yes, and it's also bringing our in this course we also diving really deep into this divine union. So we're also balancing this feminine masculine energies, releasing separation between them, and bringing them into union. And this is what you, Katya, also mentioned, that there is sometimes like this harmony, that people thinking that I need to just meditate and just be, or some people are really interested only for this material world, but material is more masculine, and this other, this just being, this more feminine. But it is that we're bringing them both together into union, and this is creating this total fulfillment inside of us, that not depending of outer world, whatever in outer world going on, we still have this deep peace in our heart, and this will reflect also in outer world as a reflection of this inner garden of Eden, this paradise prince, is when this divine union, when we're moving into this divine union between our masculine, feminine energy and source.
In all of our classes that we've offered, in all of the courses that we've offered, and there will be more. There's always a common thread, and that common thread is our unity with Source. It's omnipresent in everything that we offer. It is the foundation. It's the only foundation that everything is built on. And as we are all unique aspects of the oneness of Source, we all have unique perspectives and visions and ways of seeing, ways of feeling. And that brings about such an incredibly rich tapestry of being that when we finally do begin to really co-create with each other consciously, what a phenomenal gift will become available to everyone. And more than likely, not everyone is ready to receive this gift at this moment. Those that are, we're so grateful for. We love to play with you. We love to share and play with you.
Yeah, and this playground right now, this really open plan playground, everything is possible. We can play all new plays.
Well,
and with everyone, but we just wanting to play. So
well, the thing is we want people to understand that this is for everyone. It is not only for people that have been working on themselves for 20 years. Anyone that takes this class will get a huge benefit. And even if it's just starting your journey, this could be the grandest adventure you ever have. Really.
So remember, Earth is school. This is school, but this is not like kindergarten. This is like doing very advanced PhD work. We are here to master our own energy. We're here to learn that. We're here to learn that everything is our creation that is in our field of consciousness. It is only our creation. It has nothing to do with any outside forces or any outside conspiracies. No one is attempting to control us, yada, 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 blah, 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 blah. Yeah, there may be people out there doing that, but that's not relevant. That's not relevant. You are here to master yourself.
yes, and this course is to everybody who is ready to take full responsibility of their creation. To everybody who really understand that we are creators of our life. So of course it is for everyone who's ready for that.
It's not necessarily an easy thing to look that everything in your life is your creation, and yet it is. And as long as you're showing this, Kathy, I would like to acknowledge Viivika's son, Petri. Not this picture, but the rest of the art on the site was created by him. That's one of his creations. Same with this picture.
I wasn't sure how we could all three be on in the website on at the same time, so I just. But wanted people to get a feeling to go to the EdenTemplate.com and the EdenTemplate.com, and it's in the information on the description, as well as I've been showing it on the banner. So, and you can click on a image on the front page, and it'll take you straight to the page. Thank you for doing that. Much easier.
You're welcome.
I
I did it specifically with you in mind, Kathy.
Thank you. Of course. Well, I can ask about 100 times, and eventually something happens. But so is there anything else? I want to actually share one more thing that I think is a tremendous benefit for anyone considering taking this class, because this is a commitment to take a class and follow through with it, is that you're getting the benefit of David's experience as well as Viivika. And Viivika has a amazing light language process that is so powerful. It's subtle and powerful at the same time, and that is also part of this work. You're getting two masters in one class, with the divine masculine and divine feminine aspect to bring it all into you. So I don't think there's very many opportunities like this for people that are working on themselves, for them to have the opportunity to integrate their divine masculine, divine feminine with two master teachers. And the time is now. You can tell the way that we're participating as a species, we're at tipping point. So if not now, when, is what I would say to people about working on yourself and benefiting from this knowledge.
We've already crossed the tipping point, Kathy. There is no going back. There is no going back. It's just not possible.
Right.
And when you talked about being in this now moment, I love that Eckhart Tolle quote. It says, "No one has ever experienced the future, because even if something is from a future moment, it is in this now that future exists. Only in this now, and it's always here. It's always here and now." Going back to our wonderful teacher friend Ram Dass, who is no longer in physical. Just be here now. It's always here and now in this moment. Whatever is appearing to you in this moment, that's what you get to work with.
Right. But do you get to interpret what is in the now in any way you choose? And if you're caught in your fears or in your traumatic remembering, this is a great opportunity to release that work, release what no longer serves, and experience life at a whole different level.
Yes, and there is beautiful side effects also. That is, for example, joy, and you start to feel this immense joy just being you, just being who you are, and this undescribable freedom, and there are all these beautiful expressions of divine love. So and abundance and this is your true self. When you're starting first to feel this peace in your heart, then you know that this is you. This is your true self starting to open up even more and more.
That's beautiful. So, any last words that you'd like to say?
Just to let everybody know that all of the materials that have been developed for this class, that all of the writings that both of us have done, and it is an extensive volume of material. We're going to provide all of that to all of the participants, so everybody can have their own sense of homework if they want homework. They can review the material at their leisure. Whether we cover it in class, I can't say in the moment whether everything will be covered, because a lot has been written, a lot has come through. And so we've made the decision to make all of that available to everybody.
And we will also share many different bonus videos and also light language activations and releasing clearing it's different areas, different frequencies, what we use and what we share in these videos. So there will be lots of material.
So if people want, we're out of time today, but if people want to hear Viivika's light language, please listen to the interview we did a couple of weeks ago so that you can get a feeling, and you'll know if this is right for you. You'll know that this is a gift beyond compare, and an opportunity to really experience the rest of your life as the best of your life.
If you're feeling a resonance at all listening to us, not just Viivika and I, but Kathy and Viivika and I, if you're feeling a resonance, just being here with us, this class is for you.
Yeah.
Yeah, and this is really opportunity to jump to unknown. And you will realize that this unknown, it's you know that you knew that forever. It's just when you step into this unknown, you're starting to remember your true self.
Right. To wake up every morning in gratitude and curiosity and excitement about what's to unfold, that's the gift. So thank you guys very much. I'm sorry our time is up, but bless you. Thank you so much for this work.
Thank you so much, Betty, for having us. And thank you to
always.
everybody. Blessings and love and blessings to everybody.
Thank you, Kathy. And thank you, everyone that has been listening or will listen in the future. It's such a pleasure to be here with you.
Yes.
Thank you again, Kathy.
Sure, my pleasure.